Hi guys, welcome to my fourth video. First of all, let me take the time to really say thank you, and I appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed to my channel. I now have 19 subscribers. Thanks to DC Wallace, an old high school friend, and we have continued to be friends for the longest now. I do appreciate him because he was the 10th subscriber to my channel. So thank you. And now I am up to 19. So you know what that means. When I hit 20, make sure the next one to hit subscribe. Make sure you inbox me and let me know. And I will give you my shout out on the next video. Now, as y'all can see in the background, I'm working on my backdrop. I told you I was trying to get more creative with these videos. So, with that being said, I'm going to probably expand this a little bit. And then it'll finally be used as my backdrop. But this is just a starting progress. You know what I'm saying? So just bear with me, as most of you have, and I do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. And if you have not subscribed yet, please make sure you do, because these videos will continue to go as long as I keep getting subscribers and have support. I will keep doing videos. Now, this week's topic is workplace drama. And I take a deep breath because this is a very interesting topic. And it couldn't have came at a better time because last week had a couple of situations, and it just kind of all fell in line with what was going on. So, with my topic this time. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and say this. I don't care what type of work you go into. I don't care whether it's janitorial, whether it's hospital, whether it's a doctor's office. I don't care if you work in fast food. I don't care if you work at a plant. I don't care what your occupation is. Wherever you go, there is going to be drama. Whether you start it or whether you put yourself into it, it's going to be drama. You can't, it's just how society is these days. And it could be over the smallest thing, you know, as a disagreement or some bunch of he say, she say, or blase, 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 you know. But one thing that I have learned about workplace drama is it's just best to avoid it. Now, where I come from, I've had my share of drama in the workplace. Not really going to elaborate on that because that's not really something that I really want to put publicly, at least not at the moment. Um, but everybody has their own way of dealing with things. And my whole thing is we're at work for one purpose. You know, you could be there to make friends, but all in all, they're your coworkers. You're there to do your job. You know, now me on the other hand, I love everybody I've come around. That's just me. It's always been me. You know, I'm very open to people. You know, you talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm not that cold hearted. Um, I know sometimes I might act like it, but I'm really a sweetheart. Um, excuse me, y'all. But I really am a sweetheart. And um, some people might think that it's hard to get along with me just because maybe sometimes my demeanor, sometimes I have this like really nonchalant, I don't care attitude, or sometimes I'll be in an irritated mood and I really don't want you talking to me. But all in all, if we cool, just know I'll get over it eventually. It's something that's probably going on in my head. But anyway, you know, when you get in the workplace, the best thing for you to do is just focus on yourself. You know, in a lot of situations that I have seen, it's been one person trying to throw shade at another person, but they don't throw shade directly at that person. What happens is somebody else who has nothing to do with the situation figures it out, puts two and two together. Now, whether that person might go to one person and show them what's going on or tell them about what's going on. So that's gonna automatically get that person upset. Um and social media is a big one. I think a lot of people go to social media to vent their problems, especially problems in the workplace. Now, now I know, for instance, on my page, I have a lot of my coworkers on my page current coworkers, previous coworkers, coworkers from way back when. I have them all on my page. So if I really do have an issue with somebody, I'm not really going to post it on my page. That's just not me. But if you have an issue, go directly to that person, because if the wrong person sees it, it's going to eventually get back to that person. And then when push comes to shove, when that person decides they want to confront you about it, you ain't got no choice but to own up to what you did. Now, some people take the hard way out and just be like, straight up be lying, like, oh, I didn't put that. Oh, I didn't mean that to be for you. I meant that for somebody else. That was somebody else's post. Nah, bruh. That wasn't for somebody else. You knew what you were doing when you posted it. You just didn't think nobody would call you out on it. Am I right? Okay. So I said all that to say this. When it comes to that, if you gonna publicly bash somebody on Facebook, please first-handedly tag them or make sure they see your post, because that's just low, man. Now, I'm not even gonna sit here and say that I've been the perfect saint. I have previously, I've done a lot of vetting to social media, but I have gotten so much better at not doing that. I've learned a lot of lessons with that. So I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say that I've never been in workplace drama, or even to say, I'm not saying I've created it, but I've maybe stirred the pot a little bit. But I have become a way, way, way better person in that now. But I can admit that that's growth. Some people might need to learn that. But anyway, and another thing, like if you're in a conversation with somebody, keep that to yourself. Like, make sure that everything you say, make sure it's accurate. Because even if you're talking to that one person, you never know what that person's agenda is. They might have in their mind, if you say something, if you say the wrong thing, oh, they go into that person and be like, oh, well, so and so said this. That's not okay, because that's just creating animosity. Now, when you get in a job, it should all be, everybody needs to get along. If you got animosity on the floor, it's not going to work. And again, this stems into my first video or second video when I was talking about staffing. When we are short staffed in a nursing home or wherever, we can't afford to be mad at each other. Can't be afford to have this extra nonsense beef going on. Because at the end of the day, again, like I said, these residents have to be taken care of, and we have to be at our best. I know, seeing that some CNAs, we're not in the best mood every day. We're not, but still, you don't bring that to work. Whatever you got going on, you lay that at the door. Now, sometimes I know it's hard, but I have seen CNAs that come in and just hop to do their work. They may stay hidden all day because they just want to be alone. They just want to be by themselves. Cool, you know, but don't come in taking it out on nobody. Don't be like smart talking nobody. No slick comments out the side of your mouth, because that's how workplace drama gets started. And honestly, it doesn't matter what department it is. It's everywhere. And I'm pretty sure, administration, I'm pretty sure they have their share of drama. I'm pretty sure the whole place has their place of drama. Everybody, every department. Now, and technically, honestly, I think each department should really keep that drama in that department. So if it's something amongst the CNAs, that needs to be kept amongst the CNAs. If it's something with the nurses, it needs to be kept amongst the nurses. If it's something with the administration, keep it within the administration. Kitchen, keep it within the kitchen. Physical therapy, keep it within the physical therapy room. Because we don't need to know about what y'all got going on. Because when you announce it publicly, that allows all types of opinions to come about. That's why I say, when you go to social media and you decide you want to post something, be prepared for the lashback, because it's gonna happen. The wrong person is gonna see your post, and I'm pretty sure that some people get real offended when they read something, even if it's not even about them specifically. You know, so like previously, like this past week, I'll give an example. Um, ran across ran across a post. Um, ran across a post and got really irritated with it because you calling out another shift, you're calling out another CNA, but you don't have the decency to get that, to confront that CNA, or take it to the nurse, or hell, take it to administration or something, But no, you decide you want to go to social media where this girl don't know that you this girl don't know that you posting about her. You know, come on now. And if it's that big of it, and the thing is now, if you gonna post, make sure that you on top of your job. If you are going to post about somebody else and bash them and put them down and say how bad of an aide they are, make sure you got all your stuff together, because you can't, if you don't do your job, you can't call nobody else out for doing your job or not doing their job. You just can't. And take, for instance, third shift worker, second shift worker, and the backlash was brought to me. You know, the third shift want to complain. Oh, you got beds wet, people wet, blase, blase, blase. People down in the bed not pulled up. Um, you know, okay. Second shift CNAs do their work, do their last round, probably around, 9:30, something of that nature. So once they're finished and all of their, everything's done, they need to get done. Of course, they're gonna be sitting down. Now, when third shift comes in, or when the next shift comes in, let's put it that way, because this goes for any shift. The next shift that comes in, you're technically supposed to do a walkthrough. Technically, and if you see the other aide sitting at the floor, or sitting at the desk, and you really want confirmation that stuff's done, then you know come in a little bit early. Or, when you get there, if you see them sitting at the desk, go grab whatever group, see what group you have, grab that aide, and go down the hallway and do a quick walkthrough. Just, go up to them and be like, you know, can we just do a walkthrough just to, just to make sure everybody's good. But no, honestly, because when the next shift comes in, they don't go straight to those rooms. They don't. Now, us first shifters, when we come in, we really ain't got no choice but to get on the job. Once we get our assignments, that's it. We have to be on our job because we got stuff to do. We got people to get up. We got breakfast to get together. So we have to get on it. We don't have time to slack around and sit around when we get on the clock. No, we have enough time to come in, get our assignments, make sure everything's correct, make sure everybody got an understanding. Bam, time to work. Okay. And with second and third shift, they might have a little time to, yeah, just kind of float around a little bit. But if you don't do your round until like 2-3 hours later, what do you expect? They're not going to be completely dry. Some of them are, but not all of them are going to be completely dry. And of course, they're going to be slid down in the bed. They move. They move. Um, and even the best ones know, once you pull them up, what do? Right back down. Because it's been plenty of times that I've went in and pulled somebody up, and 10 minutes later, either the nurse or another aide is coming and being like, can you help me pull so and so up? Well, I just pulled them up. They're going to slide. That's just the way it is. And it's really not that big of a deal to have to pull somebody up. Just go grab help. Bam. Just, or If you don't have anybody and they're pretty light, do what I do. I just push the bed up, go above the bed, raise the feet, let gravity do the rest. Simple. Problem solved. And as far as like wetters, your heavy wetters. The ones who don't necessarily need a brief change your first round, but they will need it the second go round. But mostly the heavy wetters, if you know your group so well, or if you know every group so well, then when you come in, you need to be making sure that you stay on top of that, because it's a lot of heavy wetters, you know. And again, this is anywhere. This is and strictly right now. I'm speaking CNA language here. Um, you know, you can go in the room, because there's been plenty of times that I've went in and changed them, before lunch, and after lunch they right back soaking wet. I mean, they can't help it. Older people and their bladders say they just get to an age where they can't control it anymore. So of course they're going to be wet. They're not going to be dry. And again, some of them will be, but not all of them. So, my suggestion is just to keep all that extra down. If you're going to complain about it that much, either come in early and hop on it and get that other aide to do around with you, or just shut up about it and do it. I mean, because y'all trying to go to the wrong source. Facebook can't help you out with that situation. The only thing Facebook gonna do is make it worse, because you got everybody and their mama wanting to comment and be in agreement with you, because they don't know this whole situation. You claiming to be so and so when when you really not, and you want to put somebody else down. Now that's one thing that I really can't stand, and it's putting somebody else down. Like, if you know that that's not the first time you've done that, or you consistently coming in after somebody who is not really doing what they do, what they do, instead of bashing them and putting them down on social media, pull them to the side, come in early and pull them to the side, just have a little conversation and be like, well, I've been coming in, been having a couple issues, so can you just come do a walkthrough with me real quick, just so we can be on good terms. Don't go to Facebook and rant about your issues, because that just creates a lot of unnecessary stuff. A lot of unnecessary stuff. Turns into a bunch of he say, she say, that say, they say. I just and that's one thing that bothers me. And another thing is, if you in a conversation with somebody and something come out your mouth that probably shouldn't have came out, and somebody heard it and got it back to that one person, if that person comes confront you, don't lie about it. Just own up, be like, yeah, okay, I said that. You know, don't sit there and try to make a whole nother story of it, because bottom line is, if you said it, you said it. That's it. You can't take it back. And I know a lot of people, you know, don't want to cause a lot of workplace drama. Some people say, "Oh, I just stay to myself. I just do this. I just do that." Excuse me. But all in all, if you think about it, everybody's included in drama at least once in their lifetime. Um, and in the workplace, it's just best that you just, you be friendly. You make friends. You make good with your coworkers, but also keep a distance, because you never know somebody. You never know somebody's true colors. Um, and going back to my previous statement with the whole social media ordeal, and I mainly see it on Facebook, and it's not just this one situation that I've seen. I've seen it done multiple times. You know, like I said, don't go on bashing another CNA. You know, you never know. That CNA could be brand spanking new. You know, coming into the facility not really knowing what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not really justifying those actions, but give it time. And if you're having that much of an issue, like I said, please, by all means, mentor that aide, like let them know something, talk to them. And maybe tell them some tips, tell them how you like your people when you come in. I mean, it's just simple like that. Don't take it to Facebook and don't rant about it. It's it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like I said, Facebook can't solve your problem. Facebook ain't gonna make that girl a better aide. It ain't gonna make you a better aide, and it ain't gonna make you look good for trying to bash somebody else on social media. That just makes you look crazy, you know. And like I said, I've had my share. I've done it. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I've done it plenty of times, but I've learned my lesson also because that just causes a lot of unnecessary stress, and I have too bad of anxiety to be fooling with any of the extra foolishness. So the foolery is real when it comes to drama. Um, and my best advice, honestly, is to just stay away from it. Keep your comments to yourself. You know, keep your feelings to yourself. If you really have that big of an issue, do something about it. And like I said, to solve that issue, if you have another issue um with the shift before you, like I said, go in early. Make them do around with you, or don't make ask them to do around with you. I'm pretty sure they won't mind. They can't clock out until 11 anyway. You know, just see if you can maybe just do a walkthrough. And technically, I think it should be done anyway. So that transfer of information, whoever's taking over that particular resident can know what's been going on with them for the day, how they've been acting since they've had them, if they've had any abnormal behaviors, you know, do they have like loose stools or something like that, the important stuff that we need to know. Um, I feel like that should be done at the transfer of every shift. I know it doesn't happen, but I try to fill whoever is following me. I try to fill them in as much as I can. As far as who's been acting a certain way, or what's been going on. I let my second shifters know. I let them know who I've laid down, who I dried, about what time, and that's just out of common courtesy because they don't know what they're walking into, you know. And I feel like, and like I said, I feel like that should be done on every shift. But I'm just I'm just saying that, that's just my suggestion. But it is what it is, and not really going to hold any longer because we're getting into the 22-minute mark. But and I've said a lot, I think. But top priorities, these residents is what it's this these residents is what it's all about. Our work is what it's all about. Um, as far as taking care of these residents, making sure they have what they need, making sure that everybody's just satisfied, make it a good work environment. That's on us. We do that. Because when we work together as a team, when everybody's in positive spirits as a team, that makes the residents positive on the floor. They sense they sense when there's something going on. You know, they know that. And so you never know. They react their behaviors off of how we doing. So if we're having a rough day and, we mad at each other or got situations going on with each other, they react off of that. And they're gonna cause some hell. Just saying. Um, and so like I said, make your workplace the best it can be. You know, don't be the don't be an instigator. Don't add fuel to the flames. Just, and if somebody does come to you and talk to you, just listen. Like, they no need for no if they ask for your input, that's cool too. But, you know, or just be like, this is not something that I really want to get into, but I'll listen to you, you know. And with that being said, when they confide in you, that don't mean you go tell everybody about it. You don't. That sticks to you and whoever it is. Because they come to you apparently, you know, in confidence, like, you know, what happened. And, you know, the friend code, you know, is you keep that. Don't go spreading a whole bunch of crap, because that's how stuff happens. Again, that's how that drama gets started. So, with that being said, let me say, um, you know, keep your work team, keep it professional. You know, it's cool to cut up, you know, laugh, have fun. That's what you're supposed to do, you know, because it makes the day go by a lot faster. It makes the day go by smoother. You know, this is your work family. You know, y'all have to see each other for 8 hours, have to work together for 8 hours. There is no need to be mad at each other for no 8 hours, 12 hours, even 16 hours. You know, there's no reason for it. Um, so squash all your drama. Let it go. Um, you know, go apologize. If you'd have made somebody mad, go apologize or clear stuff up. Get that out in the air. Let it go. Move on. And like I said, with the shift change, you know, if you have that big of an issue, either be man enough to call him out. If you're gonna call him out on Facebook, first of all, don't do it. That's the best option. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you're bold enough to call that person out. Secondly, um, just make sure, you know, you stay clean of it. You know, it's cool to listen, but just listen. And with that being said, I'm going to close on that note. But this has been I think that was a great topic. Um, and you know, with most of these videos, I have to kind of say like the main points of the video, because, you know, I can't really run it too long. I try to keep my videos between 30, maybe 35 minutes. Um, you know, but anyway, on to my next video. I do believe that is going to be my fun video. You guys make sure you send me your funny and embarrassing CNA stories. And again, I remind you, if you are my 20th subscriber, the next person to subscribe to this video, you make sure that you inbox me and I will give you your shout out on my next video. And again, shout out thanks to DC for being my 10th um subscriber. I love you to death for that, man. I appreciate the support. I'm just trying to do a little, you know, just trying to do a little something to help out with the community here. But with that being said, I'm going to close this video now. Like I said, like, share, comment, hit me on the inbox with your issues. See you on the chat line next time.